was a good. I think it was a good game. We started off a little slow, but as the game went on, we just started to get we started to play with a chip on our shoulder, and we just pushed through.
At what point is this? Just, hey, I'm not losing on senior day. They get up 8-0 right from the start there. At what point is this? No, it's not happening today.
Oh, I was like, I'm not losing on my senior day when we start prepping for this game. When I found out when senior day was, and when we looked on the schedule, I was like, we're not losing this game. There's no way.
Chris, obviously coming off a game, you missed the last couple of games with an injury. You came out today and just, you were Chris Jenkins. You were all over the place, shooting threes, inside, getting rebounds. Just talk about the energy you brought to today's game.
To me, it's just another game, really. We have to prepare for Milwaukee now. I know it's senior day and everything is good, but, the season's still going. It's a really special day, in school, but it's not our last game. I think we're going to, do something special in the next couple games.
Patrick, talk about these last couple of games for you. Obviously, you had the career high 14 points. You made your first start last game, career high 14 points against Valpo. Today, you get another start, and once again, a victory at senior day. What does this season mean to you to start the year, kind of not getting some playing time to, now being a starter here at the end?
Just always having a be ready mentality, as Coach always says, next man up, and I do whatever to help my team win.
Well, what was that like? Obviously, once again, when you're not starting the year and then you get called upon, are you anxious? Are you nervous? What is that feeling like when you're getting told you're getting to start?
A little bit of both, but like it shows what hard work does, like what we can accomplish with hard work.
So, a lot of your teammates said that they were extremely happy for you getting that team high, in career high 14 points last game to see how hard you work. What is that like for your teammates to say that about you?
They really appreciate me, and I appreciate them.
Matt, obviously it's an injury-filled senior year for you, but I know Coach has really leaned on you to be kind of an extra coach there on the sideline, and give him a feedback on what you're thinking, what the team's thinking out there. You weren't able to play on the senior day, but talk about what it means to get a win and see your team pull through.
Well, it's a big day. I'm sad I couldn't be out there with my guys that I've been here with for so long. But I'm glad they were able to get the job done. I'm really proud of these guys, and this has been like the most fun year so far, for me, off the court, because I feel like our team is bonded so close together. But as Chris said, our season is still going.
Well, what have you seen from your teammates this year? Obviously, the record's not where anybody wants it to be, but what have you really seen, from your teammates, and especially from the seniors, keeping this team together?
Really connection. It's easy to quit looking at our record, but we're still going, still coming to practice, still fighting each and every day, and I still feel like we can do something special.
So, and what was it like, obviously, you being from California, your family to come down here and see you?
It means a lot. I really didn't think they were coming. My dad actually has to be home tomorrow morning because he has a job to do, so I'm glad they were able to make it.
Coach, can you talk about the senior class here and what they've kind of meant here and performance really that they put in today to get this big win?
Without question, these four young men are pillars to the program that we're looking to build here at Detroit Mercy. All four of these guys have done a tremendous job of not only representing themselves and their families in the highest esteem, but what they've done is they've been a perfect bridge for a new coach like myself and our coaching staff to make connections, with regards to how things, may have been, in their past, what campus is like, currently. And then not only that, willing to share feedback that allows us to maximize who they are. And so what we've tried to do is show a great deal of flexibility based on the respect that these guys have exemplified in a variety of different ways. When you talk about a guy like Jarod Williams, for example, here he's within just, an assist and a made field goal of a triple-double. That's unselfish to a T, a guy that can score in a variety of ways. But just as important as that, here's a young man that's going to earn his degree. He's had conversations, along the lines of maybe wanting to attend law school one day. These guys, have stories well beyond the court that I'll cherish for many years to come. And then when you talk about Chris Jenkins, being a local product, out of UD Jesuit High School and coming back to us, in his second go-round after his stint in Colorado, he's been not only, a high IQ guy, but a guy that's willing to help in all facets. When guys needed help academically, he was there, during finals week when I arrived. anytime there's viewpoints with regards to basketball or preparation, he's available. And for him to have this Willis Reed type of day, coming, out of the ashes of, multiple injuries and showing up for 24 points is just nothing short of, kind of what he represents. 4 for 5 from downtown. Only thing I'm pissed about is that he missed 2 free throws. He hadn't missed one in almost a month and a half. But his sacrifice is a testament to that. Patrick Robinson is a guy that was buried on the bench just a year ago, coming from the junior college ranks. I still think he's the best Canadian import since Molson's. And here's a guy that, whatever you need from him, he's available. He came in the game early for us on the road, East Tennessee State, made threes in the game that mattered, had his first nod against Valpo like you cited, and then again, he's going to earn a degree in CIS just like Chris is going to earn a degree as well in Jarod. And then Matthew Grant, I can't say enough about him. I mean, he helped us in all of the pregame preparation for today's game. Did the recruit board before the game, gave out assignments, went over baseline how to be offense for us. Here's a young man that has a tremendously bright future, and his chapter, I don't think is quite over at the collegiate level. So I'm eager to see what the future holds for him. But all 4 of these guys are on track to graduate. I think is a huge testament to their families, and they represent our university and our mission, because I think they all have developed intellectually, spiritually, socially, and ethically, which is the ethos of our mission statement.
Coach, talk about Cleveland State got off to 8-0 run to start the game. Detroit Mercy comes back, got the 12-point lead, and what was the talk about in the locker room? Like, hey, the last time we played them, same kind of situation. We had the big lead. We kind of let down a little bit. Was there any talk about that, or just about finishing the game?
I would love to take credit, but quite frankly, when you get to this part of the year as a coaching staff, you're trying to get to a transferability of ownership. The players said it all. I simply sat there and talked about adjustments that we might want to consider, in the second half, whether it be the zones that we were in, the man that we were in, the offenses that we were running. But quite frankly, those guys had already had those conversations, and that's a testament to the 4 guys that are sitting with me today. And so for us to get out the gate slow was really more of a byproduct of the 4 guys not really playing with one another. And then once they settled in, to the moment, I thought they performed marvelously together. And, as you talk about the run on the back end of the game, sometimes when you have those extended leads like that, there's instances where, you can kind of lose focus, within the course of the game. So, it's just one of those things, when you're up 18 points, you're trying to maintain focus. 19 turnovers is atypical for us, for 22 points for them. But I can't fault our guys because they fought all the way to the end.